Okay, so this is going to be the introduction to the sign of Aries, the sun sign. So, that's also your birth sign. Most people are like, when they say their sign, it's their sun sign. They don't really talk about much of the other signs, which they should, because the other signs do make a good portion of you and things of that nature. So let's go into Aries. Okay, Aries is a masculine sign. Its element is fire. Its quality is cardinal. Those are a few things that I'll probably get into later, not necessarily right now. This is just an introduction. So Aries is active, energetic, excitable, and impulsive, optimistic, open to change and new experiences. It is the sign of pioneering leadership. Aries is associated with inspiration, initiation, innovation, boldness, courage, impulsiveness, and they're also spontaneous. Um, Aries will go first, and through having friends that have been Aries, especially male Aries, because I had a lot of friends that were male Aries. If a fight is about to happen, they'll step in front of you and they'll go first. Especially since Aries, they may be bullyish, but they're bullyish to the bullies, and they don't like it when people pick on somebody who are smaller than them. They will always stand up for those people, and they won't even think about it. Not even if they don't agree with the person or anything like that. They just flat out think it's wrong that you need to pick on somebody your own size, and so they'll step in. So they go first. They take the initiative. They're pushing forward, and they push through obstacles. Are all key Aries themes. What's interesting is in Latin the word Aries actually means the ram. So the Aries symbol represents change, spring, new life, and new cycles. The ruling planet is Mars, which is the ancient god of war, aggression, and conflict. Mars denotes courage, passion, and competition. It can foster tension and accidents, and rules over fire and danger. The symbol, the ram, is assertively sexual, able to climb to great heights. The glyph, the pictograph, represents the horns and the long nose of the ram. And the glyphs also mean many things, and you're going to see how I go into those many things. But it also pictures the eyebrows and the nose of humans. The head is the part of humanity, of the human autonomy that Aries rules. Symbolically, the glyph is two half moons joined by a straight line, which indicates idealism tied to authority and leadership. Another thing that has to go with the moon and the straight line is it can also represent the phases of the moon, because it's two half moons and the moon phases are bound together by the plunging of a straight line between them. This can also represent a few interesting Aries traits. The polar half moons suggest an inherent dual nature, while the straight line indicates a strong will to unify the dual nature. Moons travel fast in their cycles. This also suggests as Aries has a changeable personality, but the broad line between the moon phases hints at a need to have a solid direction a structured foundation or a strong standing point in the midst of change. Um, the glyph for Aries can also represent the horns of a ram, but it also looks like a new shoot of a plant that has broken through the surface of the earth in spring, ready to burst into life. Um, the immense force these tiny, tender shoots display as they push their way up through the earth overcome all obstacles such as rocks, the tree roots, in their mission to reach the light. It is symbolic of the journey of Aries. So Aries, you seem to be pitted in this journey to where, it seems like you're always in the darkness trying to reach for that light, and the only way that you can get there is to butt through everything. Aries creates the space to exist. It is the ultimate symbol of spring, creation, and new life. Aries represents the power of the divine, a life force energy pouring into the existence from a single point or source. If we look closely, we might even see in the glyph of Aries a resemblance to a water spout, a fountain of divine energy or life, spouting into existence from its single divine source. Aries is birth, it's creation, it's the new. Which goes back to that dual nature thing because of the struggle between darkness and light. Aries trying to find its way to have that strong point so it doesn't go too far into the deep end. The symbol can also represent the fallopian tubes, which is essential lady parts for reproduction. The likeness is neither coincidence nor far-fetched because, Aries are very sexual in their nature. Actually, sex is really, really good for Aries, especially when it comes to, and I'll get into this a little bit more, but they seem to have a lot of tension headaches, and sex is probably one of the best ways for them to relieve those tension headaches or migraines. Aries are, they're extremely creative. Their imaginations have a lot of new ideas. They tend to birth new life in the form of adventure, creativity, travel, jobs, and new experiences. Their dominant keyword is I am. Their polarity is Libra. Aries is a me first sign. People with Aries tendency have strongly project their own personalities and can be very self-oriented. They may not necessarily mean to be selfish, but they think that if they do it, it'll get done right. Libra is a sign of partnership, whereas natives of Libra feel incomplete without a partner or a lover, and they strive for happiness as a pair, where Aries strives for happiness as a person, an individual. Aries rules the head, and Aries people are prone toward headaches and subject to minor injuries around the head and face. Aries people are the danger in Aries is that they're susceptible to harm from fire and sharp instruments. They are also prone to accidents involving high speeds and tend to go into violent and dangerous situations. And the Aries' most likable trait is courage. And that is just the introduction to Aries. I'm going to go into a lot more detail about this sign upcoming, so it'll be next Thursday when I do that. So until then, I hope you all enjoyed this. if you like what I said about Aries, like if you're into astrology or if you're just an Aries sign yourself, let me know how this introduction kind of fits you, because I'm fixing to go deeper into your psychology or your psyche. But anyways, have a good one. Peace.